Good morning from the Khalifa International Bowling Center here in Abu Dhabi, UAE, ready to get started with our singles medal round at the 2015 World Bowling Women's Championships. I'm Lucas Wiseman, along with Jazriel Tan of Team Singapore for our semifinals and finals this morning. Our featured match on Abu Dhabi Sports TV, who have allowed us to tap into their coverage, is Shayna Ung of Singapore taking on Jun Eun-hee of Korea. And then our other match, which we will check in on as well, we have Wong Eun-yu and Sherry Tan, Korea versus Singapore again. So, Jazzy, the Singaporeans and the Koreans both dominated the singles, didn't they?
Of course they did. We've been practicing really hard back home, and I'm not surprised that our team has been bowling pretty well. I mean, I've been bowling pretty bad, but at least somebody's out there from Singapore, so that's good.
So it's a one-game match here in the semifinals, and the winners move on to bowl for the gold medal, and the losers in this round will share the bronze medal. Here's Shayna. Gets a strike. Shayna Ung is a very accomplished bowler from Singapore. She won the World Cup in 2012 and has won the singles bronze medal at the 2011 World Women's Championships, along with a team silver medal that year. Here's Jun Eun-hee. Pattern bowling on, Jazzy, is Tokyo. And how did that pattern play for everybody this week?
I think it actually played a little drier during the trios as compared to singles. I guess probably the lane opened up a lot, but for singles it was playing really long for me, and I was struggling to get a carry. And I know that Sherry and Shayna had to use quite a bit of surface to try to get a ball to read up at the right part of the lane, and there are actually a lot more left as compared to the Koreans, so it's interesting to see how Shay is gonna play the lanes as compared to Eun-hee, and I mean for sure Yeonju and Sherry are on different parts of the lane, so yeah.
It's gonna go by pretty fast. They don't. You're used to watching professional bowlers. They don't do the same. 2 frames pace. It's bowl when your arrow's by your name, and Sherry Tan off to a quick start with a double. Here's a look at Jun Eun-hee.
She actually was wearing like a Metatecker just a while back, and she actually tried to take it off during the World Bowling Tournament in Japan. And I guess after that she decided to put on like just a flat brace to try to see if anything is different. It looks good.
The Korean team very strong again this year. They are the #1 seeds for the trios later on this morning, and it's no surprise that Korea is doing well, is it?
Yeah, definitely.
They have a very strong program, and they spend. It's pretty much a full-time job for them and for you guys, right?
Yes.
In Singapore, and it seems like it's paying off for both countries.
Yeah.
Korea and Singapore dominate the singles, and then also the trios as well, having 2 teams in the trios this morning. Lots of strikes early on here. This was a high-scoring pattern, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it is really high scoring. Guess we'll see who carries better.
Yeah, right now, Shayna Ung with that single pin lead was a little bit of a disadvantage. Wong with a spare strike down by 20 already against Sherry Tan. Sherry, the lone lefty, and she has had a lot of success in her career. We've seen her in World Championships for years now.
Yeah, and she recently won the Euromet tournament in Philippines, where a lot of the PBA bowlers actually came. So that was a pretty big deal.
Trying to keep it perfect. Front four. So Jazreel, in Singapore, you guys spend a lot of time training. How many hours a week would you say that you guys are on the lanes?
We actually only used to train 2 hours a day a couple of years back, and then when there's this scholarship deal that came to not just the bowling program, but the sports council in Singapore, we were required to kind of fulfill certain number of hours in training, and on the lanes, off the lanes, whatever it was. And at first, we weren't used to training 3 to 4 hours a day, but now it's like, we don't have enough time on the lanes. Like 3 to 4 hours, it just goes by like that. And leading up to this, sometimes we train up to 6, 7 hours a day. And people might say it's quantity is not as important as quality, but having more time on the lane, it doesn't make us feel like we have to rush and all the different things that we do. We have a lot of time in actually trying to work on the different skill sets, our equipment, our physical game, and everything that we do. Yeah.
Sounds like you guys are very busy.
We are pretty busy.
It's basically a full-time job.
Yes, it is.
And in Korea, they kind of do a similar thing where they train together as a team for hours and hours and hours a week.
We're actually very lucky because a lot of us just got out of school when this scholarship deal came about, and we just decided to, hey, we only live once, we are still pretty young, so we're just going to try to give this full-time bowling thing a try. And it's we're also really lucky that we are getting paid to do what we love, and that's always a bonus.
Well, Shayna Ung in a little bit of trouble here early in this match as Jun Eun-hee has the front 5. Shayna has bowled well so far, but that 1-2 pin in the third is the difference. Gets the lucky break for the strike and the double.
We'll take it.
Yeah, she'll take advantage of that as we go over to Sherry Tan now with the front 4. Sherry in complete control here after that open by Huang. Flip back over now to Jun Eun-hee, who's trying to get the front 6 here. Trying to take it halfway home. Pretty hard and direct at the pocket.
Yeah.
Not hooking the ball too much.
It's amazing to see because, we're trying to gather information for, and he bowled the first squad, of course, and we had 4 Singapore bowlers in the second squad. And we're trying to get information, but it's so difficult just because, they were using pretty shiny balls, bowling pretty straight down, and they were actually able to get a carry there, and that's something that we struggled with, a shiny ball straighter down. So we just had to scrape that plan and, try something else.
Well, you can see scoreboard at the bottom of your screen. It's not too pretty for Wong Young-ju. She is struggling a little bit here and getting run over by Sherry Tan at this point. And Shayna Ung needs to continue to strike. It comes up light, leaves the 2. Lucky to get the split out on that one. Trios medal round coming up a little bit later on this morning, about an hour and 45 minutes from now. It's Korea, Singapore, England, and the United States that have advanced to the trios. Sherry Tan, she's trying to take it to the front six as well.
Oh, great shot over there.
She's dialed in, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Putting some strikes on the board this morning. Sherry Tan. Take a look at the replay of that shot. Comes up a little bit light and mixes them up. Gets the strike. And over to our other bowler with the front six now. Jun Eun-hee. She got slow and came over the top of that one a little bit. Leaves the baby split with the sleeper. And Shayna is hoping that this is the opportunity she's been waiting for here. Take a look at the replay. You can just see it's left off her hand. Never had a chance to strike. So back over to Sherry. Once again, bowling on Tokyo, 43 feet. The longer of the two patterns being used this week. Looks like she got that one a little left.
Great conversion.
Yeah, Jun Eun-hee makes the split. I didn't see it on camera. Abu Dhabi Sports TV was focused on the other match at the time. But let's see if Wong Young-ju can. She's Jacket's hitting the microphone.
Trouble with
there
the
we
mic. Okay, I'm back.
So a 3-6-10, kind of a quiet atmosphere in here this morning.
Yeah, definitely. Still waiting on the other players to come and watch.
Here's Shayna.
Great break over there.
Gets the light hit the carry, and Sherry makes her spare. Wong chops the spare. And it looks like Sherry Tan most likely will advance to bowl for the gold.
Into the final.
And a 29-pin lead for Jun Eun-hee. So Jazreel, how important or how big of a deal is it for, let's say, for somebody like Sherry Tan, if she wins a gold medal here today? What does that mean?
It'll be awesome because it's gonna be, she'll be a world champion, and that's she's never won it before, and you know I've seen how hard she has worked since. Oh, that was really left. That's still okay. You know, Sherry and we started about the same time. She came up maybe a few years after I did, and over the last few years, you know, she's one of the most hardworking players I've ever seen and bowled with. So if she finally wins this, it's going to be great for her. Not just for her, but, you know, for Singapore bowling. And, you know, it's just going to be awesome.
And I'm sure she would get plenty of attention in the media in Singapore.
Definitely.
If she wins, right?
Yeah.
Bowling is considered a pretty major sport.
It actually will help us back home in Singapore because, you know, with bowling has been winning quite a bit of medals internationally, and you know, with funding and stuff like that, it's always very sensitive. So, you know, winning this will put us back in the spotlight, and it's always good for us in Singapore.
Shayna leaving a 2-pin on the strike shot that she really needed to strike on. Sherry covers it up. She's in good shape, up by 70. Won't have any problems advancing to the next match. See if Shayna can make her spare. So she's in a little bit of trouble. 2 frames to go. Down by 28. She's going to need a little bit of help as we wrap up our semifinals here in the singles event inside the Khalifa International Bowling Center in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates.
She's actually a lot more left than I've seen her play even, during the last game of singles 2 days ago.
There's a big strike. The best that Shayna Ung can shoot is 238. And Jun Un-hee just needs a mark in the 10th to beat that. Shayna has to strike here to have any chance. She does. All right, and here is potentially the match-clinching shot for Jun Un-hee. Needs a mark here in the 10th frame to bowl for the gold medal. Best kind of mark you can get right there. Gets the strike, and fittingly, it'll be Korea versus Singapore for the gold medal.
Be a great match.
See, that ball was perfect right through the pins. She'd do it.
Yeah, she has nerves of steel. Her coach once told me that whatever you do to her, she's not afraid at all. And she's just one of the funniest Koreans you'll find around.
So just watch the matches finish up here, the last few shots, and get ready for our gold medal match. Sherry Tan kind of lost the feel a little bit in the back half of this game, but she'll need to get that back.
She gave herself enough leeway. She'll find something.
Shayna just struck for a shot in the 10th. Gold medal match will be coming up right after the semifinals end. And imagine they're going to get another 10 minutes of practice before getting started. It's pretty high scores, with the exception of Yeonju, who struggled here in this game, which is a little surprising.
Yeah.
Looked like she just didn't quite execute as well as she would have liked. Sherry's going to be in the 250s.
2-6 for Sherry over there.
So our two advancers both bowling big games. 250s for Sherry Tan, 260s for Jun Un-hee.
It's going to be interesting later.
Final shot for Jun. Hits the strike, 266. Big win. Gets the job done.
She's really great on a fresh on a long because in singles, I think she started with a 279 or something.
Wow.
And then this 266.
She go front nine the first game of singles. Yeah. First game of singles qualifying. And final shot of our semifinals. Shayna Ung 238, but it's not enough. She loses to 266 and will settle for the bronze medal. So coming up in a few minutes, we will have the gold medal match. The Sherry Tan of Singapore against Yun Eun Hee of Korea. We'll be back in just a few minutes here live on Bowl TV.
Sherry Tan defeated Wang Yun 250, 160. Sherry will advance to the finals, and Yun will receive bronze medal. We will start with the finals immediately with 10-minute warm-up, and the format will be the same. As soon as we get the pit setters and the scoring ready for warm-up, the ladies, you can continue. singles event in this year's World Championship for ladies. I give you from Seoul, Korea, Yeon Eun-hee. And from Singapore, Jerry Tan. Eun-hee has chosen to start on the right lane. And she will also roll the first ball. Good luck, ladies.
All right, ready to get started with our gold medal match in the singles event here. Is a little bit of last-minute work on the finger inserts for Sherry Tan. Looks like maybe taking out a piece of tape that's in her finger insert. I'm Lucas Wiseman, along with Team Singapore's Jazriel Tan.
Hello.
And this is our gold medal match between Korea's Jun Eun-hee, who's up right now, and Singapore's Sherry Tan. You can see the tournament director, Pekka Korpi, in the background of the shot there.
He's a funny guy.
He is fun. Does a good job running the tournaments.
Definitely.
Light hit carries for Jun Eun-hee. Sherry's still working on her bowling ball down there. Trying to get the feel right as we'll take a look at the replay here. Looks like Sherry is almost ready to go. Looking up the arrows to make sure that she's going to bowl on the right lane.
I do that very often, bowling on the wrong lane.
And Jazzy, do you think these players are nervous? It's a pretty big title, isn't it?
Pretty sure they're nervous. I mean, you don't not feel nervous at the final match of the gold medal match. But they are very seasoned bowlers, and they deal with it very, very well.
Sherry Tan mentioned a little while ago that she's got a lot of success, but she's never won a world championship before. She starts off with a strike.
She actually made a change in equipment as compared to the match she bowled with Yeonju just now. She went to return herself.
You can see the replay there. It was a perfect shot. Split the 8-9 right in half. Ball at about 9 or so at the rangefinder down lane. Jun Eun-hee. She was part of the 2009 Women's World Championships team event gold medalist. So she has won a world title before. 2011 trios event, bronze medal.
Yeah, actually at the World Championships level, Singapore team has never, in recent years we haven't won a gold medal before. We've won quite a number of medals, but, the goal has always been a little far away for us to reach, so hopefully something good comes out this week.
Well, Singapore has a chance right here in this match, and then again in the trios later this morning. Sherry looking for the quick start.
Oh, she's using two different balls on the two lanes.
That ball looked like it was just kind of laboring down the lane, having a hard time.
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot of energy. It's not usually how you want to see your ball go through the pins. Just went a little too long, I think.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that a shot like that will make her question her choice of bowling ball on that lane.
Yeah, I probably would.
Despite 10 minutes of practice. Covers it up, down by 10 early. It's Sherry Tan. As we're already a couple of frames into our gold medal match here in the singles event. The trios medal round will be coming up in about an hour and 20 minutes.
She's still having trouble with the menace.
And that's the ball she threw in the right lane? Is that
yes.
Correct? So she's still trying to get the feel right. You can see, you can't see it right now, but let me see. I can flip the camera. You can see Sherry sitting down there working on her bowling ball, trying to get the feel just right. Just rang that 10 pin on a pretty good shot. She looks pretty dialed in on the left lane. Just has to get the right feel on that right lane. Take a look at the replay. See the ball go through the pins pretty solid for Sherry Tan. Jun Eun-hee made the spare, so it's a 9-pin advantage for Korea. Say hello to everybody in the chat who's saying hello to us. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys tuning in for our live coverage here of the World Women's Championships from Abu Dhabi. Getting ready to crown our singles gold medalist. A little soft, but gets the job done.
Light hit's working pretty well for her.
See the replay? Gets the ball pretty far right on that shot. Manages to come back and get the light hit to carry. All right, this is a big shot here for Sherry Tan. This is going to give us a lot of information about how this match is going to progress. She got a handful of that one. Maybe too much.
Yeah, she grabbed it a lot.
Trying to overcompensate maybe from the week 10 last frame.
A lot of people actually, you know, mistake Sherry and us as sisters. Do we look alike?
No, not quite. But I think that Tan is a common name in Singapore.
It's probably just a name, yeah. And they don't think that Daphne and Sherry are sisters, so that's weird because I think they look really alike.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of Tans on your team.
Definitely.
Oh, no. Chops the spare for an open frame. First mistake of this gold medal match. And so now Jun Eun-hee takes a 21-pin advantage, and she'll be able to push that to 31 with another strike right here. Take control halfway through this gold medal match.
Seems like the cameraman's in the way of a lot of people.
Yeah, they've got the cameraman down in the settee area. Another strike, 31-pin lead for Jun Eun-hee. Well, we see why he was in the way. He was trying to get that angle right there that you see. Sherry's been pretty good on this lane. Continues to be the case. It's that right lane that's just killing her right now. Chance to build on the lead and push it to 41. Jun Eun-hee looks like she's going to be tough to beat.
She does look really comfortable right now, just cruising. And let's see what Sherry can do on the right lane that she's been struggling on.
Goes high this time again. And this is not looking like it's going to be Sherry's day.
Yeah.
At least in this gold medal match. I'm sure she'll be questioning her decisions on the right lane for a while. That one she got in a little bit again. She just doesn't look comfortable on the right lane. She put the first shot, the second frame in the pocket and left the weak 7 and then pulled it through the face in the fourth, left the 4-7 and chopped it, and now high on this shot, leaving the 8-pin. Down by more than 40 pins with 4 frames to go. Cameraman's all up in, in the lane there. Maybe a little too close.
He's right at a ball return right now.
Another strike.
Wow.
Trying to get out of the way. He another strike up by more than 50. 3.5 frames to go. The best that Sherry Tan can shoot at this point is only 228. That doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Just has kind of that defeated look already.
He's questioning himself right now, I think. And that's the problem with, step ladders, is because you have so much time in practice and you get locked in to certain decisions for just one game, and when, things start to go down and you don't have many frames to try to catch up, and, you start questioning yourself.
Yeah, you get 10 minutes of practice and start to break down the pattern, and then get into the, even if it's just one game, sometimes you have to make adjustments.
It goes by really fast.
Covers it up. But Jun He has the big lead. At this point, just trying to avoid any mistakes. Jun He, if she's clean, is in the 230s. Another strike.
She's still doing her thing on her fresh.
She is just rolling here after shooting 266 in the first match. Jun He can shoot 279 here in the gold medal match. And it's just about all wrapped up with a couple of frames to go.
Oh, got a break there.
Finally gets a strike on the right lane for the first time in the match.
Yeah, she decided to try the Eternal Cell on the right lane too.
Well, she tried to go with the different ball on each lane plan. It just didn't work out.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's how it is. It looked good in practice, but in a one-match game, things can change really fast. I was left and it held.
Another strike. Jun He just has a very simple game, doesn't she?
Very simple.
Not a whole lot going on there. Just
No.
very good in terms of the accuracy and the execution is very solid every time.
That's one thing about Koreans. People would think that, hey, their game doesn't look very impressive, but what's very impressive is that they're gonna give you almost 100% accuracy on the shot, and that's, you know, very, very important.
So 10th frame coming up here. It's going to be a victory lap for Jun Eun Hee, as it'll be a little disappointing finish for Sherry Tan of Singapore.
Yeah. Well, she gets another chance in the trios later, so we'll be praying, fingers crossed, that something comes out of it.
This shot will lock it up. And Jun Eun Hee is your singles champion here at the World Women's Championships. Take a look at the replay. What a game for Jun Eun Hee. Gets that 8-pin to go a little bit late. She's going to be in the 260s already, a chance to get in the 270s.
And you can see why Sherry chose to go with the menace on the right lane. The Eternal Cell was just a little bit too sharp at the back. Oh, she can learn from this, and you know, things are going to change in the trios, and we'll see what pattern they choose. It's a new start.
Yeah, trio's going to start in a little bit more than an hour from now. Is Jun Eun Hee. Another strike.
It's just amazing.
Incredible. One shot to go for each player. And I think Sherry says, let me finish first so that everybody can give you your round of applause. Well deserved. Congratulations.
Definitely well deserved. She broke great.
Sherry Tan going to take the silver medal. So congratulations to Singapore on the silver.
Oh.
Hit 5 through the face for 199.
And the Singapore team's just laughing at her.
Probably 189, not 199.
Yeah. Still great bowling to get here, though. And now, and he goes up. Final
shot. Jun Eun Hee, as she is going to take the gold medal here in the singles event at the World Women's Championships. 279 to 189. Korea takes the gold.
Check out how her reaction was straight to the camera.
Big win for Korea here in the singles event to kick off medal rounds here in Abu Dhabi. Congratulations.
It's just an amazing game.
279 to 189, your final score. Congratulations.
The medal presentation.
All right, we'll have the trios medal round coming up in about an hour. And it's going to be Korea, Singapore, England, and the United States coming up at 11 a.m. local time here in Abu Dhabi. I'm Lucas Wiseman, Jazreel Tan. Thanks for sitting in.
Thanks for having me, Lucas.
And we'll see you guys back here in about an hour with our trios event.
Bye.